I'm Dr. Faye Williams. I'm President and CEO of the National Congress of Black Women, and our organization was founded by Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm and Dr. C. Dolores Tucker, and we've been doing many wonderful things all across the country. We have about 125 chapters.
Freedom Radio.
Freedom Radio.
Now that's a strong legacy that you spoke of. What was the main purpose of your organization at its inception, and maybe where are you currently in your organization and your current goals here presently?
Well, the purpose of our organization has never changed. We were founded mainly in the beginning, I should say, for political reasons, to get more black women involved in politics. We still do that, but we've added some programs, and we do anything that helps black women and their families, which means we do things for young men, for spouses, for uncles and grandfathers. And whenever we have our events, we always do what's called a good brother. We honor at least one male, and then often we have young men who receive our scholarships.
We're obviously here in Washington, D.C. doing a special on-location episode of Freedom Radio. Talk about Washington, D.C. and maybe about its unique nature of being the capital city of the nation, and how black people in Washington, D.C. Kind of give a unique input to the vibration that goes off across the country.
Well, you know, Washington, D.C. is unique, but there is a negative here too, because we don't have statehood. We're not allowed to vote as others have a representative in the United States Congress. That's one of the things we're constantly having to work for. And friends across the country often call because they think we're so involved here in Washington, and we have to be because of all the things that go on here on a daily basis. We generally are the ones who are out having the protests. We're the ones who are going to Congress. We're advocating for positions here for our brothers and sisters who can't always come to Washington. So it's a steady job for us here. Some years ago, the National Congress of Black Women, we were able to put a statue of Sojourner Truth in the United States Capitol because there was no black woman, there was no picture that a young black person could go into that Capitol and see. But we put Sojourner Truth there. In fact, our joke is we brought truth to the Capitol. And I say, Lord knows, we sure need some now, don't we? In the National Congress of Black Women, we have about 125 chapters across the country. And we're open to everyone, unlike sororities, of which I am in a sorority. But unlike sororities, we don't look at your transcripts in the National Congress. We don't look at how much money you make or how you dress. If you come with a willing spirit and wonderful heart, we want you in our organization. We want people who are willing to serve because we know that the struggle is not over and we need people to do it. We have a wonderful website, nationalcongressbw.org. That's National Congress BW for Black Women, nationalcongressbw.org. And of course, we're one of those organizations that answers every call that comes to our office, 202-678-6788. That's 202-678-6788. And we honor all of our sisters and want them to be in our organization. But you know what? We also love our brothers, and we have a space there for them. We actually have some brothers who are life members of our organization. And we couldn't make it without friends like Dick Gregory and others who work every day to help to enable us to carry on and to be strong, because he understands how important it is for men, black men and women, to work together to improve our community.
Here on Freedom Radio, we like to ask people to define what does freedom mean to you?
Well, obviously freedom means being able to do the things that we have to do to make our lives better. At the top of that list is having the freedom, the right, and the opportunity to vote, the right and the opportunity to attend whatever school we want and get an education. And they will say that we have these rights, but unless we have that opportunity, then we really are not free. And also to remember that freedom is a struggle every day. We're not over yet. We're not over the hill. We haven't done everything that we have to do to be completely free. And what good is it to have the opportunity, to be able to do things that have laws that say that we can, if we don't have the funds to do it, we don't have the means to do it. So all of those things are free. means of freedom to me. And then, of course, the freedom to have a press that represents us, or the opportunity to have a press and media that represent us. You know, the New York Times, the Washington Post, all of these papers don't always tell our story. Fox News doesn't tell our story. So we have to tell our own story, and we need to have the freedom to do that. So I'm really impressed with black press and media because of all the struggles that they have had. I remember when I served as co-chair of the Million Man March in 1995, the major press and media didn't even cover us. But we got 1 million people, and I say 1 million plus people, to come to Washington on that wonderful day for the Million Man March. So we have to depend upon our press. I write every week for a Black Wire service because I know how important that is. So no matter what I'm doing, I take the time to express my opinion on things that are going on around the country and to offer our people something that they can do to help our community. All of us need to do that. We need to be able to be out there representing ourselves positively, and we have a better chance of doing that through organizations like your press. So we encourage you to do these things and to take our history down, because our history is not recorded in a very good light unless those of you who are with the black press and media do that for us. I'm Dr. Faye Williams, President of the National Congress of Black Women, and you're watching Freedom Radio.
Freedom Radio.
Freedom Radio.